And the United States has expressed concern over Israel's decision to build 1,300 new settler units in the occupied West Bank. Have a listen.
We strongly oppose the expansion of settlements, which is completely inconsistent with efforts to lower tensions and to ensure calm, and it damages the prospects for a two-state solution. We also view plans for the retroactive legalization.
Ned Price also said the U.S. views as unacceptable the regime's plans for the legalization of illegal outposts. Criticism followed a similar statement from the European Union. Israel announced the plan on Friday. That's while all Israeli settlements are deemed illegal under international law as they're built on occupied land. The UN Security Council has condemned Israel's settlement activities in several resolutions. Joining us now from New York is Rabbi Weiss, a spokesman for Neutral Karta International. For more on the story, hello, Rabbi. Always a pleasure to check in with you, sir. Hope you're safe and doing well out there in New York. Your thoughts about continued settlement expansion and how it's just annihilating any prospects of a future Palestinian state?
With the help of the Almighty, our stance will never change with God's help, and that is that the whole existence of the state is illegitimate. And as the chief rabbi in 1947 pleaded with the United Nations, and he said, this is a document from the United Nations, we furthermore wish to express our definite opposition to a Jewish state in any part of Palestine. And just recently, that rabbi was Rabbi Dushinsky. He had passed on. He was in 1947. But the chief rabbi of the religious Jewish community, that again, we do not accept in any shape or form the Israeli rabbinate or the chief rabbi, which is a farce, but the one that represents our communities. This is Rabbi Weiss, not a relative of mine. He was just brutally attacked while he was traveling to a demonstration that was taking place against the Israeli government and against Jewish people, religious people. In this case they were digging. The Israeli government was digging holes for archaeological purposes and to check bones, and the Jews were demonstrating, and they were brutally attacked and beaten, and they're getting arrested daily. And it's because we simply will not give our name, forfeit our name, Judaism, or the Jewish people, to the state of Israel that's stealing and hijacking our name to represent their illegal occupation, the Zionist state of Israel, which is unacceptable. It's criminal. It's a Nakba. And we have hundreds of thousands of Jews constantly demonstrating, standing on the streets, as we have seen since even when this rabbi became rabbi. We're always standing there, and the world is silent and simply does not present this side of the coin, how Jews are being oppressed together with the Palestinians in occupied Palestine, and around the world we are being harassed. This is because we stand up and say that the state of Israel is not a Jewish state and it's a transformation to nationalism. When you stand up, they call you anti-Semitic. But the world has to know that around the world, the very religious communities are crying and hurting with the people, the Palestinian people, and we demonstrate in Washington, in New York, in front of the United Nations. Our voices are there to state unambiguously that they have no right, not only the expansion of the settlements, but the mere existence of the settlements and of the whole state. This is unacceptable, as from day one, the religious view has been, we are not allowed to have a Jewish state, and it is, and it will constantly be. We're not allowed to steal or kill from a people or oppress the Palestinians, and especially the Muslim nation and the people of Palestine and around the Arab world, and the Muslim nation, as in Iran, that has been protecting and befriended the Jewish people and has given us a home for these hundreds and hundreds of years. So it's really a crime against humanity. It's our hearts go out, and we are frustrated that the voice of true Judaism is not heard, and we plead with the world, hear our voice, and let us really let the world stop supporting this unacceptable, illegal occupation and the actions that perpetrate from it.
And Rabbi Weiss, we heard the State Department say that they are vehemently opposed to any the building of any construction of any new settler units, or any settler units for that matter, that they're deeply concerned. What does that mean? Vehemently opposed and deeply concerned coming out from the Biden administration, because we know the administration, any administration for that matter, in Washington could do more to put a halt to it. But we hear a lot of words, a lot of strong rhetoric, vehemently opposed, deeply concerned. What does that all mean to you coming from Washington?
Well, thankfully, at least we hear these words instead of words like saying that that they have a right to do so. We hope maybe with God's help, because ultimately everything is in God's hand, the Almighty, and that and He's compassionate. So we hope at least that gives the opening that they should hear the voice of, let's say, for instance, the Ayatollah Khomeini, who says he differentiates between Judaism and Zionism, and that we have to understand that occupation is unacceptable, and it's not a conflict between religions, because they constantly try to portray this as an issue of a conflict between Muslims and Jews, and that the Palestinians are anti-Semitic. But if they state it's unacceptable, maybe it's it's opening a little, shedding a little light and opening the door that we can put them on the direction of stopping to support and stopping to help the Zionists in their continuation of this criminality against God. We hope that we can only hope and pray to God that it should end with speedily and peacefully, the whole occupation. We hope it's a right step, because as I say, for many years it's been futile. They haven't even stated things like that.
Thank you, Rabbi. You always speak so eloquently from providence and prudence, and it's always a pleasure to check in with you. Thank you, and please stay safe, and God bless you. From New York, Rabbi Rabbi Weiss, spokesman for Neutral Karta International.